Yes, the event was very captivating itself because it's one of the oldest manuscripts of the Holy Quran, and being here is really a privilege actually. Because if it was in a different country, it would have been very difficult for us to visit it, and it's very special to be here in Birmingham.
I think it's an absolutely fantastic event actually, because I think there's more of a need for people to become more linked with their history. We have a tendency, not only here in the West, but indeed all around the world, where we forsake the sacrifices or the history that builds us up to where we are right now. And as has been very famously said, that if we don't know where we came from, we don't know where we're going to be going either. Myself, I'm actually the head of the Department of History for the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in the United Kingdom. So our department is actually very interested in items like this, and exhibitions held. I was born in Birmingham, so this is it's a very pertinent, very salient to my heart as well. But the fact of the matter is that if we can bring out these kind of items, these kind of exhibits more into the public eye, it brings about an awareness of just how much deep and how cultural different elements of different communities within society actually are. So I mean, a fantastic event, and it's brilliant that it's open to the public as well. So not only Muslims, but actually people from all different faiths, and indeed no faiths as well, can come and enjoy this beautiful piece of culture.
Yes, the speeches were excellent. It was very informative, especially on carbon dating, where you can track the exact time at a very high accuracy and confidence as well. So this was very informative from Rizwan, but also from Sophie as well, who presented on the manuscripts. So I learned that this manuscript in Birmingham is also part of it, can be found in Leiden, was it in France, where you can align them with the binding, so both Qur'ans match up.
I think I was actually really interested actually, knowing about the other pieces, the other articles that are involved in not just this exhibit, but in the whole collection, as it were. Actually, I didn't know about the number of scripts and actually manuscripts that we have as part of the collection. So that's an absolutely phenomenal find. And it actually brings into light the fact that we have so much culture behind, and actually so many things that we can show people, which in fact over the past history we don't, especially in the modern day when we have so many negative things to look at, things that are happening in the modern day. Actually, it's good always to take a step back and actually look at our history as well. And the two talks were actually phenomenal, because one looked at the concept of carbon dating in itself, so bringing together a very new age and technological aspect of an otherwise very historic matter. And the second one actually looking at the place that it has, not just in this exhibit by itself, but actually in its place in history as a whole.
Really strengthened my faith, because I'm Muslim myself, and there was one person who was reciting the Quran as well, and he knew exactly the lines from our current fonts, dating back from the Hijaz font as well, which completely aligned perfectly, which just proves that it's a perfect manuscript.
As in, for myself, I've always been a firm believer that the script of the Quran has been unchanged from the day it was revealed to the day it is now. And that's actually written in the words of the Quran itself. The Quran says that it's we that have revealed it, and it is we that will safeguard it for the future. Actually, I think it's more a reaffirmation of our faith in that matter as well. And actually, it's a beautiful thing to see that the prophecy made by God and the promise made by God is actually fulfilled. And it's not fulfilled by Muslims as such. I mean, we looked at the introduction to the history of how it came about. And it's fantastic to see a man such as Mr. Cadbury, who's a world-renowned figure, of course, and actually a very loved figure here in Birmingham. He was actually instrumental as a non-Muslim to bring this matter of history to light. And it's phenomenal because this matter which is outside of Islam has reaffirmed an Islamic belief in the sanctity of the holy text of the Quran.